My eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then it's his to this headless slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal shit and lids, moons reflected. Often bears a pit, clip, ready from ear to ear. Craving and raving and rain, rekindle the flame. Close as she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know I've heard this.
Boom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today we're coming to you from one of my favorite places. And if you guys have been here before, you know exactly where I'm at. I'm at Ned's Starlite Lounge for Wings and Rings Wednesday. $1.50 wings all day today here at Ned's. Of course, they are closed Mondays, open Tuesdays. Tuesday and Wednesdays from 11 to 12. Thursdays and Fridays from 11 to 2, and then, of course, Saturdays from 10:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. so you can come have brunch with them. If you haven't had it, dude, you are missing out. And then, of course, on Sundays, 10:30 to 3. It is fantastic, dude. If you haven't came, you've got to make it here. They also have a great catering service. They catered my 60th birthday party, which was fantastic, and you can contact them at 405-801-0802 if you want to contact them for that. And then, of course, on Thursdays, it's fried chicken, liver, and gizzards. Every Thursday, fried chicken, liver, and gizzards. I'm not a liver fan, and then I'm not a liver or gizzards fan, but everything else, I'm all about it. It is fantastic. And anyway, we're having a great time here at Ned's. Sorry I missed you the last couple of days, but there at Santa Fe Family Life Center, we hosted the Shawnee High School basketball team camps yesterday Monday and Tuesday, because as you know, Shawnee was ravaged by the tornado a few months back and just completely destroyed their facilities, and so they needed somewhere to go, and so of course we, happy to come. That's what we do at Santa Fe Family Life Center. We help the community any way we can, handicap, whatever, adaptive sports, whatever the community needs, we are there for them. So anyway, we hosted it there because we had a big enough facilities, 4 courts, where they could have all the teams, but at that time we also have the atrium where they had a hospitality suite for all the referees and the coaches to do all that. By the way, they had the barbecue and stuff was fantastic, enjoyed that, and then even enjoyed the team play by teams from all over Bethel, Purcell, Hugo, just everywhere, Piedmont, everybody was there. So anyway, enjoyed that. Enjoyed just boys camp, by the way, not girls camp, because there was other girls team camps going on. So anyways, that's why we weren't on Monday and Tuesday, is simply because I was there supervising those events and making sure that that's my day job. So making sure that Shawnee High School basketball was taken care of, and I think we did a pretty good job of doing that. So that being said, I tell you what, there's been a lot of stuff going on. In NBA, of course, the Nuggets beat the Heat in the Gentleman's Suite 4-1, which we all saw coming. Nothing really surprised me there with that. Figured that the Nuggets would take care of business over them because the Heat just didn't have the firepower. And then also, as I talked about at the very beginning of the deal, is that Jimmy Butler was probably going to be hard for him to do anything because you had the 6'10", 6'11", Aaron Gordon on him, and then, of course, he had Michael Porter Jr. on him. Both of them, 6'10" or whatever, a lot of size, both of them athletic. So Jimmy was going to have to work even harder to get his points, and they just did not have the firepower without Tyler Hero or Oladipo. And, of course, the rest of the guys did great to get there, but, undrafted players do what undrafted players do. They only have so much in them, and eventually the moment is going to get big, and eventually they are going to act like or play like undrafted players, which is exactly what happened to the Heat. But hats off to the Denver Nuggets in making their first NBA, winning their first NBA championship. And, here's some of the things that's going on. Their hats were misspelled. They spelled champions with an A, which is, how do you your first NBA championship and you misspell champions, Only in Denver can you do that. Only in Denver can you misspell champions. You would think that they would get at least that right, but you know what? I guess it's kind of a thing you'd want to keep because you misspelled it, so it's probably worth more misspelled than it is spelled. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm trying to get my chicken in and talk to you all at the same time. But the one thing that's really bugging me is this thing about Jokic. It's just funny how all of a sudden he's the best player in the NBA. He's put up the same numbers to me. He's the same player he's always been. The difference is they added Caldwell Pope and they added Aaron Gordon. But basically, and then Jamal Murray was healthy because remember the Lakers beat them in the bubble when Jamal got hurt. So to me, when you look at this team, it's like, Jokic he's a good player and he's one of the best centers. I'd rank him, 8, 9, 10, but I'm not going to take him over Kareem. I'm not going to take him over Olajuwon. I'm not going to take him over Shaq. I'm not going to take him over Wilt. I'm not going to take him over the Admiral. I'm not going to I just go down a list of guys that I'm not going to take him over. Now, is he great? Yes, he's fantastic, and he is a triple-double machine because of the simple fact in the offense that he runs now, and he's got players around him that allow him to do that. But he can't defend. And if you can't defend, I'm sorry, I can't. Kareem would kill him at the same time. Is he one of the best of all time? Yes. Is he one of my top 5? No. I just named, 6, 7 guys right in front of him. I'm not taking him, Moses Malone. I'm like, no, I'm not giving him that because the difference is all of the guys that I just mentioned will make him do something that he cannot do. And that's play defense. And if you have to play defense, as those of you who are two-way players and those of you all who understand the game, you'll understand. Playing defense and offense is huge. It's hard. And that's why when I saw that stat on Michael Jordan the other day, he's the only player to win a regular season MVP, make the all-defensive team, win an NBA title, be the MVP of the NBA title, and then win a scoring title. He's the only one in history to do it, and he did it 4 times. So, he's one of the best players, but to me, Jokic is doing what he's always done. He's always been the same. And I saw Colin Cowherd today talking about, Joker got robbed and the MVP is the MIP. And I was like, look, you're making the same argument for Jokic this year that I've made for the past 2 years about this. So it's funny how hypocritical these guys are now because Jokic he got screwed up. Well, dude, he shouldn't have won it last year nor the year before based on the things that you're saying that he didn't win this year. Because Giannis and Embiid were far more dominant last year and the year before than he was. He's the exact same. He's doing the exact same thing. He's acting the same way. He's playing the same style. Nothing's changed. He's still the same guy. So I just don't, put it like this. I'm not going to take him over Giannis, and neither are you. Because the bottom line is this, and you're not taking him over Embiid, you're falling in love with him for the moment. And that's the thing that I hate about these talking head sports people today. Whoever's the beautiful guy of the moment, blah, blah, blah. Dude, give me more than 1 year. Give me more than a one playoff series. Give me more than one. Just because you do something once, whoop-de-doo. Come back and do it again. Come back and do it 3 times. Then I'm going to have a conversation about you being the best player. But if you come in and you do something one time, okay, great, you did it once. Okay, I'm not interested in that. Can you do it multiple years? Can you do it consistently? Now, that being said, has Jokic been a consistent player that he is? Yes. Is he doing the same thing he's done for the past few years? Yes. Has anything changed? No. The difference is he's got Gordon and he's got he's got Caldwell Pope. That's what the difference is. That's the difference. Other than that, he is the exact same player with the exact same team doing the exact same thing. Nothing's changed. So I'm so over these people and, trying to just all of a sudden every year, every sport, oh, he's the greatest ever. Oh, da-da-da. I'm so over it. I'm so tired of it. There is no GOAT. GOAT means one thing. And I'm tired of people saying it. The GOAT means one thing. The greatest of all time means that you can do anything you do in any era. That's the GOAT. Greatest of all time means no matter when you play, you can do what you did. Any era. And that's not happening. So I'm over it. He may be the greatest center of this new generation. Yes, I'm going to give him that. Okay? I'm going to give him that. But other than that, no, I'm not giving him the greatest. I'm not putting him in the top. I'm not doing none of that. And I'm not seized by the moment. I'm not seized by all these guys because they work for ESPN or Fox and they've got to give the narrative of what people want to hear. I'm not doing that. 1 year don't mean jack to me. Do it consistently over a period of time, which is one of the things that I've always said about Shaq. The reason why I can't make Shaq and put him above Kareem now, because Shaq didn't have long enough of a career. He was dominant for about 5, 6, 7 years. That was 6 years. That was it. Give me a 10, 11, 12 year. Tim Duncan dominant over a 10, 12-year period. Kareem over a 15, 18-year period. I mean, come on, guys. Give me somebody who's dominant more than 4 or 5 years, 7 years. I'm not going to put you over somebody who was more dominant over a long period of time. Not doing it. Now I'm off my rant on that. The Pelicans may trade up for Scoot Henderson, which means a Zion on the move. Now, I have zero problems with them trading Zion. I didn't want them to sign. I wouldn't have signed Zion. Now, I know they did it to make him happy. But you can't tell me, and I've had a hamstring injury. A hamstring injury does not take 4 months to heal. 4 months. And then if you play sports, you know if you've had a hamstring, it does not take 4 months. The problem is, who's going to trade up in the draft for Zion for the chances to take him? And his $200 million, 5-year, $200 million contract is starting next year. Who's going to take that? Do you want to give up that opportunity for Zion? Or would it be that Zion needs a change of scenery? Then maybe he needs to get away from all the food. If you've been to New Orleans, the food is fantastic. So if you're trying to get away from the food, maybe that's somebody he can go to a Sacramento or he can go to a Portland where the food is good. Excuse me, but it's not the same. It's not the same as being in New Orleans. And if you guys have been to New Orleans, you know exactly what I'm talking about there. So if you're somebody, do you trade up to get Scoot or make Scoot the third pick? Do you do that? Now, to me, depends on what I need. Depends on who it is. And we're going to discuss the draft more in detail because here is the timetable for the NBA coming up for the next 4 weeks. You've got the draft on the 22nd, which is next week. You got free agency, which is the 30th. Then you've got the NYC, or you got the California Classic, which is where Wembanyama probably will play his first NBA. We'll get to see him probably play because it's the 3rd and the 5th, and you've got the Heat, Lakers, Spurs, Warriors, and Kings all playing that, and it's in Sacramento, SAC, in Sacramento for the California Classic. So if we get a chance to see Wembanyama, that will probably be when we see him. And so we'll see how that works. But then right after that, of course, is the actual Summer League that's in Utah, which is where Oklahoma City is going to be, or excuse me, not the actual Summer League, but the additional Summer League at the same time, which is what Oklahoma City plays in, kind of the pre-Summer League before you go to Vegas. And that's with the Jazz, Thunder, Grizzlies and Sixers, which is basically the same people who played last year. So, and once again, Chet. The question is, will we see Chet? Will we see Chet? Because we saw him last year in this with Josh Giddey, and we saw that how productive he was with Josh and how unproductive he was without Josh. So we'll see exactly how that's going to work for the Thunder again, and then we'll discuss the Thunder more in detail this evening because we're going to do a special after the storm next Wednesday right before the draft. We're going to do a Thunder Steal there, talking about the Thunder, what they should do draft-wise, pre-draft, and then, of course, we will do an after-draft show just like we did last year, immediately following the draft, and we will do an additional show with that. So, and then, of course, the NBA Summer League starts June 7th through 17th there in Vegas, which is the actual Summer League itself. So we'll see how that is going to work. And then in breaking news, which is just, I don't know what's taking so long for this. The Wizards and Bradley Beal are discussing trade options because, Bradley Beal has a no-trade clause in his contract. So that means that basically they can't trade him unless he wants a trade. And Bradley Beal has been stuck. Stuck is not necessarily the right word. I won't say stuck. Bradley Beal has chosen to stay in D.C. He's been offered to go other places, but he's getting ready to make 50-something, 60-something million, high $50s million. And so why would he leave? He doesn't care. Not everybody cares about rings. Not everybody cares about championships. And he clearly does not care about rings. He does not care about championships, or he would have left the Wizards a long time ago. Plus, who doesn't like D.C.? You stay away from inner D.C. and the crime. D.C. is fantastic. Virginia is wonderful. So why would you want to leave? And that's kind of clearly chasing championships or winning is not necessarily that big of a deal to Bradley Beal, or he would have already left. And he just pretty much doesn't have any desire to do that. So we shall see if somebody's willing to try to move up in the draft once again to try to get Bradley. And like I said, we'll discuss that more. And then, of course, Thunder news, Sam Presti visited France to watch Bolel Kanabai, which he hasn't been able to work out or been available because of the championships over in France for other teams. Now, the question is he another European project? We just gave away 3 draft picks to pick up another European player. To me, the question is Wembanyama, I see what he does, but once again, he's playing against European talent. He's not playing against American talent. But that being said, just like, oh my God, my mind just went blank. Just like our guy at Dallas, he's been playing against grown men since he was 13, 14 years old. So he's been doing well, but that's still not the NBA. It's still not coming over here going to college. It's still not coming over here and doing the things that you need to do over here playing against bigger, stronger, more faster athletic players. And I think of players that you're going to see if you do play in the league. So, but once again, the Thunder, love European players. That's kind of what we do. But that being said, I'm not sure how good of a player he actually is, but he could be good. But like I said, give me some players over here who's played in America, because we're at this point where we need to win. And I think the problem what Thunder did before is when you had KD and you had Russell and you had James Harden and you had Ibaka, you drafted players these project players instead of players who can, constantly grow and get you better other than Reggie Jackson. Let's not do that. Let's draft players to make us stronger. Let's go get another J-Dub. Let's go get another J-Will. Because as we talked about before, the Thunder is sitting in a fantastic spot because you got SGA, you got Josh, you got J-Will, you got J-Dub, and you've got Dort, and then hopefully you have Chet. I don't know what Chet's going to be. I still think he's going to be okay. That's just me. I'm not that big of a fan of his, but we shall see what Chet really, truly, truly has to offer. I think he's going to be an average player, 12 points a game or something. That's what I see because I just don't think he's going to be able to get a shot off like everybody thinks. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. You're going to have to show me. Like I said, my deal is eye test. I don't go by what people say and all that. I don't go by it. What do my eyes tell me? I trust what I see. I go by what I see. I don't go by what someone's trying to tell me and the BS they're trying to throw at me. I don't go by none of that. What does my eye test tell me about this player? What are the Thunder's actions telling me about this player? And like I said, and I've been vocal about this the whole time, I didn't agree with their decision to try to get back into the lottery. I did not agree with that because I'm like, look, we've got a good three guys nucleus. Then you got Chad, if he's the number two great lottery guy that you think he is, why the hell you do that? Why wouldn't you go into the playoffs? Give your guys a year of experience. Then Chet comes in next year, and then you got the guys who've already got a year of playoff experience. Then you bring Chet in, the player that the whatever you want to call him, the unicorn, whatever. You got him coming in. You're going to go to another level with the Thunder. And you got experience. Now, this year, if you go to the playoffs, you're going to have experience. You're not going to have any experience now. So it just drives me nuts when I see that. So joined by my guy, Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, Drew?
Oh, man, just chasing my tail today. How are we doing?
Doing good, man. Just was a little – yesterday was a little rough.
This is the day after the storms is what happens for about 2 days. When it rains, you just chase your tail for 10 hours.
Yeah, but that's a good thing, though.
Can be.
Yeah, well, so what did you think about my rant about Jokic?
The one.
Did you hear Drew? Drew, you hear me? I guess I lost him. He'll be back. He's out in the sticks, clearly. Well, just take this opportunity to take a break and thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. If you have any needs for any IT solutions, computers, or software to be written to make your office run smoother, they are the people to talk to. If you have any needs for any website design.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there now.
All right, sorry about
Have
that.
any needs for any website design, they can do that. But the thing I love about them most, if they do some work with you, they can remote in and fix whatever the problem is 90% of the time without having to come into your office. SRB, if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, they are the people to talk to about that. Oak Grove Trucking and our guy Jose. He's been out
What's
running.
up, Jose?
He's been bouncing back and forth in T-Town, man, getting that dump truck. Got a big job up there, so he's bouncing back every night, driving to Tulsa now that it's dry.
Yeah, that's a haul with a dump truck.
Yeah, it is. Now it's dry. And fortunately, he's there at nighttime because it's a highway construction, and, they got to do it at nighttime so they don't disrupt the traffic during the day. Then, of course, Greg and Max Nafee at NAFCO. Want to appreciate them. And then YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they are. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. And they're also a proud sponsor for us to go out and highlight black, minority, and women-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online with them at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into their locations because they are a personable bank, and they love to see you at the main bank over at 401 Elm, downtown Yukon.
Yep, get on in there. Go say hi to Ken Hess and Nathan Taylor and the Horn Man and Carson Wright. They'd love to see you. Shake your hand, do a little business.
Yep. In fact, I saw Kent at my high school reunion this past weekend on Saturday night. YNB East over on the Parkway and 66. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. The YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks Boulevard and I-40, just south of I-40, right there in front of the hospital. And then, of course, YNB Peoples, which is the bank that I always go to, right there on 23rd between MacArthur and Rockwell. And, of course, our latest sponsor, DT Construction and Consulting. Right now, our guy is out doing roofing. He's out checking houses for any damage if it's raining. If your guys are getting rained on, hey, he's the man to talk to. If you got any construction needs, he is the guy. You can contact him at 405-209-4051. That's 405-209-4051, or email him at dtconstruction2015 at outlook.com. DT Construction 2015 at Outlook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you got any service needs, you got any leaks, let me know. Reach out to us. Like I said, no job's too small. We're there. We're here to help.
and he actually answers his phone.
Yes, I do.
Not everybody does that because not everybody is respectful, local, and most of all loyal. They get your money and they bounce on and don't even give. They don't care. I was just asking, did you hear my deal talking about Jokic? He's now the greatest player.
I didn't, man. I wish I would have. I'd much rather listen to you than what I was listening to. So
Yeah, I was listening to that nonsense. I said, man, y'all are wasted. I'm tired of he's had one playoff run, one, and then Colin Cowherd was already talking about, the MVP is now the MIP, and I'm like, no. 2 years ago, Joker, the same argument you're making for him now, you could have made for Giannis and Embiid, okay? Except both of them were still up in the Joker. They finished fourth or fifth the last couple of years, and he won MVP. So I don't want to hear that nonsense. And to me, Drew, it's simple. Do it more than 1 year. Okay,
yep.
Do it more than 1 year. You've done it 1 year. Okay, do it more than 1 year, bro.
He had a good run. He had a good run. They played well. I think the best team won it. I think that they were the best team and they won it. I think they would have beat Boston. I think the team that gave them the most trouble was the Lakers. Crazy as it sounds. I
agree. Even though they swept the Lakers, they gave more problems than anybody else.
Every game came down to the last possession except for one.
The way I look at it is this. I was sitting there naming guys. They're talking about Jokic, and they'll say, listen, I'm not taking him in front of Kareem. I'm not taking him in front of Shaq. I'm not taking him in front of Wilt. I'm not taking him in front of the Admiral. I'm not, I'm just naming guys.
I'd put him in there with David Robinson for sure.
I don't know if I'd take him in front of him, though, Drew.
I don't know about in front, but I think Robinson had a little more help than Joker had. I think with Tim Duncan and Ginobili and Tony Parker and those guys, I think if you put those kind of guys around Jokic, boy, he'd be even better than he is right now. It'd be even tougher to stop. But,
like I said, they added.
But the rest of them, I'm with you.
Well, they added Gordon and they added CP.
Caldwell Pope. Gordon went. He's off his rocker, isn't he? You see those videos? He's fitting right in Denver.
Hey, Drew, wouldn't you come in for Orlando?
Yeah.
Remember, you're in Orlando. You're not winning. You're getting killed every year. You're losing. Yeah, wouldn't you be happy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Denver's more fun than Orlando, though. Do you? Orlando's fun, but I don't know if it's more fun. I don't know if Denver's more fun than Orlando.
Denver's a pretty good time. Depends on what time of year you go.
Well, it's crazy after you went after a football game. I can tell you that, watching the Broncos. That's crazy after that. So, but anyway, what do you think about Bradley Beal? They're looking at trading him.
It's probably him. He probably wants out of there. I don't know. I don't see how he can be happy. He's making a lot of money, though.
Well, Drew, the whole thing is that
he wants to win. He's highly competitive. He just wants to win.
Well, finally he does, because he's been offered trades before and he didn't want to do them. So,
right.
But he's got his last bag, which is the maximum anybody could have paid him. So It's kind of like Damian Lillard. He's in the high 50s by the end of his deal, $60 million range. So he's got the bag that he wants. So now why not go somewhere? But I saw where also New Orleans is looking to trade up and trade Zion for maybe the third pick.
Well, exactly. He's got to get out of there, man. It's just one thing after another. He's got to get a fresh start somewhere. Something there isn't right. He's not. Whether it be his diet or whether it be his social life or whether it be the coaches, the teammates. He's just not fitting, and it's just not working. It's not working. So,
Drew.
I think New Orleans just needs to move on. I think he's a great talent, but he may have some health issues where he may never get right.
But Drew, it don't take 4 months to heal a hamstring.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying. There's a disconnect somewhere, whether it be the training staff or his motivation, or I don't know, he's mad or something. Something's not right, and if they can't fix it, and they've had ample time to fix it. How long's he been there? 2 years?
3.
3.
3.
I mean, think about it. How many games has he really played in 3 years? I looked that up, but what is it, like 60?
Well,
Something crazy.
he played in 29 last year. He missed 2021. 21, 22 he missed. And he played 29 games last year.
Yeah.
But he did average 26 in 29 games. He's a monster. I just don't know if I want him. Do you? Do you want to take a chance on him, Drew?
I wouldn't. I mean, to me, I'd be the second on line. I'd make him go prove himself somewhere else. That he's actually.
Well, the question is, would you
that
give
he
up the
actually can
third
do
overall
something.
pick?
No. Probably not.
You know, that's the key. And here's the draft top picks. You got Wembanyama, which clearly you're not going to get. You got Scoot Henderson, not Scott Henderson. You got Brandon Miller. And you got the Thompson kid from Cal. From Thompson kid. Those are your top 4 guys. Would you give up one of those for him?
Oh man, that's tough.
That's what I said. I'm not giving up Brandon Miller, who's ready to play. I'm not giving up Scoot Henderson, who's ready to play. I'm not giving up either one of them. I'm just not.
Probably not.
I'm not. So anyway, that's a list of people that you got to give up to get him, and I just don't know if I would do that. And I don't have the NBA list of the draft right now in front of me. I guess I could pull that up real quick to see what the draft order is for that. By the way, did you see where Jordy is leaving the OU?
Yep, saw that.
What'd you think of that? Going back to Nebraska or going somewhere closer to home?
Going back to the Big Red.
Or going back closer to home. Well, going back closer to home. I don't necessarily know if she's going back to the Big Red.
She'll help them. They got a decent squad. Now, they're not OU. Don't get it twisted. They're not even close. But she can get them over the hump in the Big Ten. They'll win the Big Ten with her. Well, they damn near won the Big Ten last year.
Well, the question is she going back there to do it, though? That's the question. By the way,
the third. Why she wouldn't? I mean, that's a huge challenge for her. I mean, there's some folks out in the Facebook and Twitter world that can't believe. I was like, she got 1 year left. She wants to go home. Her boyfriend plays baseball at Nebraska. She's gonna play softball. She gets to be around her family. There's a decent program. They got good facilities. She'll go there and make them better. And they'll and don't be surprised if they make the College World Series when she's there.
Well, she's gonna get wins.
Yep, and they're close. I mean, they're close to being a Women's College World Series team. Now, they're not close to winning it, but they're close to getting there.
Yep, especially with her. Yeah, when somebody told me that, I go, dude, I don't understand the problem. And
OU doesn't need OU needs her, but they don't need her to win another title. They'll get somebody else.
Well, they have somebody else start anyway. She just finished off the game.
Right.
So it's not like they're not loaded. And plus,
who knows what they'll bring in or who they'll get in the transfer portal. They'll get whoever they want.
That's exactly right, who they're going to get. Probably the Stanford girl. By the way, Drew, here are the picks.
Or the girl from Tennessee, or the
girl from Tennessee?
Beast from Tennessee.
She's a monster, dude. She is a monster. Well, here's the draft order. San Antonio, Charlotte, and, Jordan's not giving up his pick. Portland is third, and then Houston. Do you see any of them wanting Zion?
Say those picks again.
San Antonio, no. Charlotte, no. Portland, Houston.
Portland maybe. I could see he's from Houston, isn't he?
Yeah, but then also he went to Duke, so Charlotte is a possibility. But I don't see Jordan giving up. I don't see Jordan giving that up. And then Houston. I don't think Houston needs him. Portland possibly would be the only key, or Charlotte. But then why would you get? That would help Dame, don't you think? Portland with Dame.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Portland's a possibility. I tell you what, I sure wouldn't want to live in Portland.
Portland's a fun city, man. I've had good times at
Used to
Portland.
be. Used to be.
They are a little crazy there.
Yeah. I mean, they're martial law now. I mean, that place is crazy. I don't know that I'd want to live there.
Yeah. But when you're an NBA player or whatever, you're a little insulated from all that
Sure, you
nonsense.
are. Yeah.
You're a little insulated, so it really doesn't matter. But anyway, that's who the options that they have for him. And I'm sitting there looking at him, going, I don't know. I don't know myself, Drew. I'm with you. I'm looking at it like, I just don't know if I would be interested in any of that. But I tell you this, the Thunder, Drew. Sam Presti just got back from from France, watching the Bilal kid. The big tall kid from that's playing over in France, the 18-year-old. Just got back from watching him. I mean, do you need another project player?
No. They need an impact player. Immediate. They need scoring. They need defense. I mean, they need somebody who can go, I think. That's my opinion. They need somebody who can flat out go.
I don't understand the love. I mean, you just wasted 3 first-round picks on the
Yeah.
kid. I mean, I'm like, I don't.
So I saw that and I meant to ask you this. I saw that they moved up in the draft. Is that right? I saw something come across.
They're still 12th.
Sorry, I've been out of sorts.
They're still 12th. They're still 12th. Yeah.
Okay.
They're still 12th. They're not. I mean,
But they got an extra pick in the second round. Or
what
something?
they did is
How did that work?
they traded picks. The end of the last picks in the back is what they did. They just gave up their picks on the backside. That's all they did. They basically traded picks. That's all they did.
All right.
Next year. So we're like,
Okay.
you still have we have 2 picks this year. The question is, what do you want to do? And to me, this was the first year of SGA's contract. So you have him for 3 more years. You need to keep him happy by drafting guys like the J-Dubs and J-Wills who are from America, who are like, unless there's a Wembanyama, but another project on a possibility. Now, Bilal kid, he's over there playing, Drew. He hadn't even worked out for your team yet. Why would you waste another first-round picks on him? I just don't understand his love for European players, these guys. I don't get it. Can you help me out?
I mean, he's had a couple decent players. Obviously, do you consider Giddy European?
Well, Australian, but yeah, he's not American.
Yeah. So that's pretty good get.
But Shea Gillis is from Canada, but he went to Kentucky.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't count that.
European.
I don't count that. You know what I mean? But
I mean, I don't know. That's just what he likes. I mean, Holmgren's not European. He's United States, so
he might as well be.
Well, he plays like him. He's the same type of game.
The question is he? I had pulled up the summer league schedule earlier, Drew. Do you think that they're going to play Chet in the summer league?
I think he has to, don't you? I mean, he's got to. I mean, he's got to be rusty. He's got to get out there and get run against some competition.
Well, my understanding, he has been practicing and stuff, so.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. He's going to have to get out there and go against some competition.
Yeah,
Not just in practice and people taking it easy on him. I'm talking about getting out there and getting pushed around and shoved around and I don't know. See what you got.
Well, you're going to find out quick because he'll be playing with J-Dub and J-Will for sure. So we'll see how they react to him.
And those two guys, I think those two guys are going to be head and shoulders ahead of him.
Yep.
Should be. I mean, both of them. To me, I got a fondness for both of the J-Wills. I think both of them are going to be better than he is.
Yep. And J-Will, your boy J-Will from Arkansas, you really loved him. And we would have won the Charlotte game if he'd have been in the game. Still don't understand why they had Jeremiah Robinson and Erland. Still don't get that. I mean, I'm like, Drew, my whole thing with Oklahoma City is this, and this is what I've always said. You lost games on purpose to get another shot at the draft, to get another shot at the lottery. If Chet is really what you think he is, why do you need another shot? You've got a good team. You're rolling. Well, I don't understand why you need another shot at the lottery. I don't understand that. I just don't, Drew. I really don't. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, if he's everything you think he is, why are you not taking advantage of going to the playoffs? Because if you take away those 6 or 7 losses that you did on purpose, that puts you at 40, 46, 47 wins, Drew. You're right there in the middle. You 4-5, 3-4-5. You're right there. You know what I'm saying? You're right there with two home guaranteed playoff games and getting
Mm-hmm.
experience. And then Chet comes in next year. Then you've got a playoff team that's got experience. But I was going to say this also, and I'm going to talk about this next Wednesday when we do the show. Do you think that if you get up, do you go get another guard?
I think, yeah. I mean, to me, I think you do.
Do you need a
I
guard
think
or
you're
do you want
missing
a forward?
boy. If you could find you someone that's about 6'7", 6'6", 6'7",
Like
strong,
Hendricks, like
that's
Hendricks,
athletic.
like
Yep,
Hendricks, who we both love.
yep.
Who
So
can,
you need an athlete. I think they need an athlete. I
I
mean, it'd be
agree.
nice if they could shoot the three. It'd be great if they could shoot the three, but I think you need an athlete.
Who can D up, be a
Yep.
wing defender, get you a
Create
bucket
their
when you
own
need to.
shot and
Yep,
create their own shot.
yep, to help those guys out. I agree. But they're
Because
look.
if you could get a little spacing with Giddy and SGA,
SGA.
boy,
Yeah,
they're already dangerous. You get them a little more spacing and where they're not getting double teamed every time they get the ball. I think you'd see something special out of both of them,
that's why
which even more special than they are now.
you and I do like Grady Dick because of that. Can you
Yeah,
imagine him
he'll
getting wide
space the
open
floor.
looks? God dang, man.
Yeah, you won't leave him open.
No, you're not gonna leave. You're not leaving him open where he can shoot wide open shots. Yeah, no, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. Or Hendricks.
And then if you're closing out on him, then the lane opens up for Giddy, Williams, SGA. I mean Chet. I mean all those guys. It becomes a little easier to move around the floor.
Because I told somebody if I'm gonna move up, I'd move up to get Grady.
Yeah,
I'd give
I
up
just
a
don't
pick
think.
next year.
He won't be there at 12.
That's what I'm saying. You move up. You give up a first round pick this year and one of your first round picks next year to move up to get him.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? I mean, you got
We got 4.
4,000. You got 4,000 picks the next year.
We have
3 years.
we have 4 picks next year.
Yeah.
4 first round picks next year.
And do you think there's going to be somebody next year that shoots the ball as well as him? Probably not.
I don't know. I'd move up to
Probably
get
not.
him.
Maybe.
I move up to get him. That's just me though.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean,
he's NBA ready right now.
Yeah,
he
he
can come
is.
in and play.
And the fact that he played for Bill, that
Yep.
helps right there. You know what I'm saying?
He's tough. He's tough. He can play defense. He's not the greatest defender, but he can play and he'll get after it. He'll rebound. I mean,
Yep.
he's sick. What is he? 6'7"?
6'7", 6'8", yeah. Long
I
arms.
mean, there's your guy right there.
Yep. Now, how have you been in your picks lately? I haven't talked to you this week because I was doing the thing
Pretty
for
good.
Shawnee.
Now this is that. I'll tell you, right now is a tough time to bet baseball because now Vegas is dialing in. Their basketball's off the board now. All their handicappers are dialing in. So it's a little tougher to bet baseball right now.
Well, but you have the Braves. How are they doing in Game 1 right now? Drew, you hear me? Is that you, Ben?
Yep.
What happened to Drew? Did we lose him?
I'm not sure.
Well, we're trying to get his. Here's his picks.
You said you're looking up which game?
Well, I'm looking at Braves. They have Game 1.
Braves are up 10-5 right now. Bottom of the what's it look like? Bottom of the 8.
Okay,
Up
yeah.
10-5.
Well, that's going to be a winner. He's got Braves minus 150.
Yep.
And then
Chop.
and then in Game 2, he's got them minus 262 in Game 2 today. And then he's got the Dodgers.
That one goes off here in about 45 minutes.
Yep, and then you got Dodgers minus 267, the Yankees minus 111, and then you got the Cardinals minus 138 because he was talking about how it's going to be harder to bet baseball.
Yeah, it gets that way when they can, just like you were saying, when they can dial in, they can do all that, and they can get all over it. It gets just a little bit more difficult. They're spending all their attention there. The only breaks you really have is maybe Derby days or something like that.
Yep. Now, did you hear a thing about the Bradley Beal? What did you think about that? They're possibly trading for him.
Well, I mean, I think he took his sweet time. I mean, I think he could have been gone a long time ago, and been a great asset to to a bunch of good teams. He's a great player. I mean, he's not like best in the world, but he's a great player. I mean,
Great,
a
a
solid number
shooter. God, he
two.
could shoot it.
Yeah, just a solid number two. Just long guy. Like he plays good defense. He works hard. I don't know if he was just stuck there with family. And, not saying stuck, but saying like wanted to be there with his family, doing things like that. I know that I'm pretty sure that he had a child not too long ago, but a couple years ago. So maybe it could have been something like that. But
Yeah. Plus,
that can always
I don't
go.
think he was really caring about trying to win either. You know what
Yeah,
I
no,
mean?
now he does because now he's going to get left in the dust again. So now,
Well,
yeah, he's ready to win, and it's like, okay, well, you could. I mean, he could have been a great player for any team that LeBron was on, or any of these. He could have been a great just second option for any of these guys. Like you said, he's a great shooter. So I mean, he's got the experience. I mean, I wish he maybe would have done a little more with his career, but wanted to stay still, so that's fine.
yep. I agree. It's kind of hard.
If that's what he wants to do, that's fine. I respect it.
Yeah. Now, I was gonna
He got
say,
his bag too, didn't he? He didn't
yeah,
he
he's
get
got,
like
yeah,
a
yeah, he's
he
got,
got his max.
he's got his max, and that's part of
Yeah, so
nobody can pay him as much money as they have. So
yep.
that's kind
So
of why he
so
did.
he's
Yeah,
cool.
that's
Yeah, he's
why he
ready to
did what
go.
he did. I mean, I
Now,
can't.
now he's gonna ring Chase a little bit, which is fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you got your money, so
Yeah,
why not? Now, of course, in NHL news, the Las Vegas Golden Knights won their first
yeah.
Stanley Cup in their sixth year, which is crazy. I mean, their sixth year already winning it. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, I mean that's good. I mean, but that's also what it's designed for. It's designed like they're trying to design the league for expansion for things like that. So I do think it was a great deal, and it was two small market teams like we've talked about before. So it was good going into it, and I really do. I mean, I think it was awesome for the Knights. They built the thing right, and they've been working towards this, and they traded a couple of their assets and got some bigger players, bigger stars that they needed to help make the push. And both of those guys showed up last night. Both
Sorry
Jack
about that.
Eichel and Mark Stone. Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
true.
what I got Big Brother cut me off or something.
I'm pretty
Something
sure. I
happened.
thought you'd be in sale hell. I think that's probably what the
I
more.
just talk about my I was just talking about my picks and they got cut off.
Yeah,
Most
but
important part of the show.
oh yeah, that's exactly what we're thinking, huh, Ben? That's the most
Yeah.
important about the show, not Ben talking about the Golden
Hey,
Knights.
Yep.
hey, but just to finish that thought, I mean, and Ben will know as well. I mean, you had hockey and basketball taken away from these handicappers that now they're dialed in and they're focusing 100% on baseball. So you really got to watch. If you're betting baseball, you got to watch the pitchers. Those first 5 innings are very important lines now, and you'll see these handicappers really dial in on baseball and watch how close these spreads get or these over-unders get. And that's why they call it the dog days of summer. So it's coming.
Yeah, it is. Well, we
Yep.
talked about the Braves won game one in your pick, so
Yep.
Well,
They
they're up 10-5 last I just checked.
10-6 in the bottom of the eighth right now, and Strider got roughed up. He got hit for 4 runs in the first inning, gave up three straight home runs.
wow.
And then he's really struggling right now. I think his mechanics are off a little bit, and this guy, you'll see that happen with a lot of these starting pitchers. About 10, 12 games through the season, what happens? These batters start figuring these pitchers out, and then it's an adjustment. He's been leaving to right-handed batters. He's been leaving sliders up over the plate, and they've been taking him out of the yard. Luckily, the Braves have enough offense to make up for that. But if they can't count on the offense to score 10, 12 runs a game.
Yep. Now,
Nope.
in game two, though, Drew, you got a minus 262.
Yeah, the game two, they brought up a AAA guy in doubleheader, Dodd out of AAA, and he's been a stud. So we'll see. And a lot of times you'll see in these when they bring up these AAA guys, first 5 innings again is another nice bet because the Tigers haven't seen this kid. There's no film on him. So the first 2 or 3 times through the lineup, he should be okay. And then the Braves will fall back on their bullpen and to try to close that game out. If they can get Dodd to throw 4 innings, they'll be fine.
Then you have the Dodgers minus 267.
Yeah, they should roll tonight. They should roll.
Okay, then you got my Yanks minus 111.
Yeah, against the Jets, the Jets Mets. Boy, they're just. I tell you what, you can set your clock by the time that lawn chair starts to fold in New York.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It is unbelievable.
They get on a little bit of a run and start talking trash, and everyone thinks they're going to be great, and then they just fold up like a Walmart lawn chair.
Don't beat up Walmart. That may be a sponsor one day. Then Cardinals, your final.
You think Walmart's going to be minority owned one day?
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Cardinals, women owned.
That's true. They are women owned. Actually, the daughter's the one in charge.
Yep. So, but anyway, the Cardinals minus 138.
Yeah, let me look here. What the Cardinals got? Hold on just a second. They're playing right now. Cardinals are down 8-5 in the top of the 10th, so they blew that game for me. They I do believe they were winning. Yeah, they blew a 5-run lead in the ninth inning. There's gambling for you.
Man, that's gambling for you. Now, in NHL, Ben, now the Panthers gave their report for all their injured players. When are we going to find out about the Vegas when they give out their injury report?
After give them a week after they get done partying, and then you'll see all these guys that are going to come out. The Panthers, I don't know. I'll go over it real quick. All the things that I've seen so far. Kachuk, he had a fractured sternum in Game 3. He played Game 4 and still almost scored that goal there at the end with like about a second left, and he had 3 of their probably 4 best chances. But he needed help getting out of bed and getting dressed. Everybody, like his brother, had to help him out of bed, get him, all that stuff, and he still suited up for that next game. Then Aaron Ekblad, he actually scored a goal in the final game. He broke his foot against the Bruins about a month ago, and I think Game 3 of that series, he popped his shoulder out twice, and then he tore his oblique, and he played through all that. Gudis for the Panthers as well. Played through a high ankle sprain, and those usually take about 6 weeks or more. And he only missed a period and played another couple of games with that. And then Duclair, his injuries are still undisclosed. But and then hopefully after that we can see what the Knights are playing through. I know Stone and like Eichel had a couple. They've had multiple back surgeries, different things. So I'm sure they're playing through slipped discs and different things like that. But we'll see what comes out of that.
Well, you sound like one of Drew Hinthorn's injuries, man. It sounds like his medical report. God dang. Broken ankle, messed up.
Yeah, these guys were rolling, and they kept playing, they kept fighting, and they just couldn't get it done. But, congratulations to the Knights there. And then in that final game, it was 9-3. A hell of a score. That wasn't obviously supposed to happen, but once it got out of hand, it kind of got out of hand. And,
I knew I should have taken the Knights as my team.
Oh, no,
dang it.
Yeah, they kind of came out of nowhere. But also another little nugget here. The NHL has this thing called the LTIR, which is long-term injured reserve. And if you have this is what happened with the Bolts a couple years ago in Tampa Bay, the Lightning. They had they were $15 million over the cap, but so if those guys are injured on IR, they don't count against your cap. So at the trade deadline, the Knights stocked up, got some guys, and then so they were actually $14 million over the cap if you considered it now. But in the playoffs, the cap doesn't mean for anything. So all those guys came back the first series, and they were loaded up, ready to go. So it's kind of is a little bit of an unfair advantage. But if you can have some injuries and have some guys sitting out at the right time, you got the way to go. So.
Well, speaking of the right time, Ben, your Ravens are on right now on ESPN, and Lamar is talking about OBJ. And what do y'all think about that, Ben, Drew?
Glad he's there.
Say that again.
OBJ, he's just had his first practice with the Ravens. And Lamar's
I think he's going to be a great addition. He's going to, if anything, he's going to spread the field and then open it up for the quarterback run game. So.
Besides Mark Andrews, who has been his number one, you pretty much got Steve Smith Sr. whenever he was 40, and then you got who else did he have? He pretty much had he had Marquise Brown for a little bit, but he really is not a weapon like OBJ. So I think it's going to really open it up. We'll see how good of a quarterback he really is. See if he can put some balls in some buckets because OBJ will catch them if they're there.
Yep. How about your boy Joe Burrow? Well, let me just go ahead and throw in the NFL news. How about your boy Joe Burrow finally admitting or saying that, ask him who's the best, and he goes Mahomes. And then, of course, Jamar comes right after that and says, "Pat who?" Why?
Yeah,
I mean,
did you see him at a batting practice? Him and Josh Allen, they were crushing balls over like home run, home
yes,
run,
it's
home
insane, isn't
run.
it?
That's crazy
but
athletes. But yeah,
but
no, I saw exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, no, he's just trying to back up his boy.
man, but come
So
on. I mean, they're like Joe, like Burrow said. Look, he's the best. I mean, look at what he's done. I mean, till you knock him off the throne, what you gonna do? I
they're
mean,
starting a rivalry. I like it. I think the two quarterbacks got respect for each other. I think everybody else doesn't really care.
well,
I
the
think they're
problem is with the Ravens is the Bengals is they got a bunch of brothers who are out there running their damn mouth, talking trash, and hadn't learned how to be professional yet. You don't
not
give
yet.
your arch rival any bulletin board material, and when you're right there close, it's one play here or there makes a difference. One
Yep.
player here or there. So
One drop ball,
one drop
one
ball,
anything, and
one
then you,
fumble, like
especially with social media nowadays.
yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. And Stephon Diggs, of course, is back in camp. Showed up today, missed yesterday.
Did he show up today?
Yeah, what do y'all think that real reason is? I mean, is there something
Uh,
between him and Josh? Because
uh,
Josh Allen said it was kind of his fault. So I'm not
He's
sure if.
probably holding out. He's probably holding out for a Dallas offer. I mean,
Oh
that's what I
my
would do.
God!
gonna go hang out with his
Oh
brother.
my God!
Hmm.
Ben, help me, man.
No, no.
Lord,
I
help
mean,
me with
I
it, man.
honestly don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know if you saw his photo shoot. Maybe it was that. I don't know if just need another day or whatever because it was really confusing because the coach came out and said he wasn't there, and then his agent came out and said that he was there. So it
No,
was
he was
very
there. He was
confusing.
there. He was there, and then left before practice.
See, that's weird.
So whatever happened before practice started, and the coach seemed concerned. And Josh Allen came out and said, "Yeah, he's partially responsible." So whatever happened, something he had words,
He said it was about the game plan.
whatever it was,
What
he
Josh
didn't
said.
like. So, but anyway, let's move on. Chiefs Chris Jones is absent from camp as well, and I'm like,
Oh, I didn't
Chris,
know that.
yeah, he didn't show up at mandatory camp either. And no, he's due 28 million is what that gets the cap.
Oh,
But my thing
yeah,
is
he wants
this:
a little bit.
he wants to be the number one paid defensive tackle. I think you're number two. But I think the Chiefs are waiting to see what happens with what's the guy's name? That's the beast from the Eagles. What's his name?
Not Sue,
Fletcher
but
Cox.
Uh,
Fletcher Cox.
no,
I think it's not Sue.
I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head. But anyway, they're waiting for him to sign so they can kind of figure out. But the whole thing is that I love Chris Jones, but you're not Aaron Donald.
Nope.
Okay, you're
Oh,
not Aaron
that's who you're
Donald.
thinking of. That's who you're thinking
Yeah,
of.
you're not Aaron Donald. You're second to Aaron Donald. But what they're trying to do is he wants to reset the market, and it's like, bro, do you not
And the
get it
Chiefs
if
don't
you
have the
if
money. The Chiefs don't have the money for that.
they
They
only
they
have
give
they
up a
only
lot
have
of
they
money.
only have like 900,000.
Aaron Donald's going to be on the move too pretty soon if the Rams get their team together.
He'll just
Yep.
retire. He already wanted to
Yeah, he
retire.
wanted
I
to
think
retire. He'll just retire. He need
Yeah,
he, he's
I don't think he'd leave. He'd just probably just stay where he's at. And
yeah.
just,
It's like everything I'm seeing got the Rams picked to be pretty crappy this year.
Yeah, well,
yep.
we're gonna do their
I mean, except for your boy PJ, he thinks they're going to win 10 games.
Yeah. Then I know D Hop was out at Tennessee. Then I think he's at New England today, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe tomorrow.
yeah. Well, we're doing our top 10 positions, and then we're gonna we're doing this. But Drew, we didn't get yours, but here's my top 10 positions.
What do you mean you didn't get mine there? I sent them over.
Yeah, but not before. I mean, when I had time to do them, you can't send them over at the
Well,
end. I mean, you can't.
Did you want me to send my top Dallas Cowboys or top
Well,
NFL?
well, look,
Kind of one and the same.
first of all, you had offensive linemen in there at the Eagles. I couldn't believe you did that.
Well, I mean, they are the best offense.
But I did figure you were going to do C.D. Lamb. I knew that, But anyway, we got we all
There you
agree.
go.
We all agree Patrick Mahomes is a quarterback. We disagree on running backs. I have Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry. You have Derrick Henry with Christian McCaffrey, and Drew has Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs.
I just think Josh Jacobs
I
does
think
more
Josh
with
Jacobs
less.
is good. Josh Jacobs was next with him and Derrick Henry were my two. They were going to trade it. They were 1A or 2A.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Nick Chubb over.
I like Josh.
I'm taking
Jacobs
Chubb
too.
over them. Wide
Man,
receivers.
when Saquon's right,
I agree.
I mean,
He's
tough.
good.
Well, the question is what they're going to do with him.
Boy,
He hasn't showed up for camp either.
Nope. They got to pay him. I think that if you don't pay him, you're really going to see a decline at the quarterback position there too, because they're kind of the yin and the yang for each other.
Yep.
I think Daniel Jones is a pretty good quarterback, but it's really tough to tell because he's always had Saquon, but Saquon's been so injury prone that I
except
don't
for
think
last year.
we really never seen both of them click.
Well, except for last year they did. He played. He was injury free last year, but still, we'll see how that works. I agree.
I hope he does sign. I like him there. I think it's good for him. And Danny Dimes. I think that's a good combo.
Yep.
I hate for the Cowboys, and so, but I mean, I do like it to go against the Eagles. So I'm kind of kind of bittersweet. I hope he goes through.
Now, wide receivers. I had Jamar Chase, but I agreed with Ben. I put Justin Jefferson over Jamar Chase.
Jefferson's the man.
Yeah, Drew has C.D. Lamb and Jamar Chase.
CD's good.
Yeah. This is going to be a big year for CD. Big year.
I like CD, but I don't know if I like
CD
him.
At about 3 or 4 for me.
I don't know if I like him over Justin Jefferson or Devontae. I don't know.
Jefferson, I think Jefferson's easily the best, and then then I mean it was a close. Like there's
him
about
and
4 guys
Devontae are really close, and then Jamar.
Yeah, I mean even a healthy Cooper Kupp was up there as well. I mean there's a couple of good wide receivers out there that are damn good.
Now Travis was unanimous tight end.
Yeah,
shocker.
Yeah,
now,
I mean Kittle. I think Kittle's number 2.
Yeah,
but
I agree. And then who I like is Mark Andrews, number 3.
Yep.
That was hard for
I'm
me
with
to
you
say.
there.
So you got
him and then probably Waller 4 or something like that.
All three of us did agree on the Eagles. Offensive line. And then, of course, Drew took, who he took for defense, don't you, Ben? You know who he took?
I mean, Cowboys is right there in the argument.
I know, but that's
who
who
he
took.
They're going to be right there.
They're easily going to be top 3.
Drew, they're not better. Drew, they're not better than the Niners defense. Ben, help me, bro.
They're right there. I even think the Eagles D is up there as well. I think that's also another good defense. But I think the Cowboys, Eagles, Niners, all 3 of those, I think they're all right there.
Well, then why do you take the Cowboys over the Niners then?
Because I think the Niners are better.
Thank you. Just agree with me. You over there sidelining on the fence.
I'm just saying. No, I'm saying I think they're all right there. I'm just explaining my opinion. I think they're all right there. There was an argument.
We're asking for an order. Who is your number 1, 2, and 3?
Oh, if I'm going Niners, Cowboys, Eagles.
Okay. Now let's get that out of the way because Drew he's such a homer. And I'm surprised he didn't put Dak Prescott in there as quarterback.
No.
Oh,
that ain't gonna happen.
He's got to earn that.
I figured that was going to. I thought he was going to throw that all in there. I was like, I can hear Dak Prescott coming in by the deal. Now we're going to do
although I would have Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott in the same freaking box. But to me, they're the same quarterback. I don't think he's any better than Prescott.
I think he's just a little younger.
He's just younger.
He's definitely a better runner.
He can bench press probably 3 times more.
He can bench press and he can squat more.
He can bench it. He can squat.
And he can squat. Yeah, he can bench press and squat.
Did you see him playing softball, full contact softball? What the hell is he doing?
I don't
sliding into third base. If I'm the Eagles, I'd have a cardiac arrest.
What was he doing?
I don't know. He's sliding into third.
Well, that's clearly not in his contract.
Obviously not.
I'm like, wow.
Jeez.
And he's got a big old strawberry on the side of his leg, and I'm like, man, did you clear that through HR?
I don't think he did. How about Mahomes throwing the guy out behind the back, throw out the first base in a softball? That's the softball games you play. Yeah. You ain't really trying to do nothing. You're hitting and you're jogging. You ain't trying to run and slide. And
no, you got a full-time runner for me. I just am bat and let somebody else run.
Or jog. Or you're going to jog. Maybe Amelia run for you, Faith.
Yeah.
Dude, how much do you have her brainwashed wearing her North Carolina cheerleader outfit? What was that?
You liked that, didn't you?
Ben, he sends me this photo of Faithy in a North Carolina cheerleader
She's
outfit.
Ready.
Oh, God. Dude, unbelievable.
Telling you next camp, got to get him to start slapping the floor.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
No.
We ain't doing that.
No.
We ain't slapping the floor. We're not slapping the floor.
There'll be no Wojo at Back Park basketball camp.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, we're going to try to do another camp. The kids are on, parents are on me, so I think we're going to try to do one right either at the end of July or the first week of August, something like that. Do one last one.
Good stuff.
So, because we only take 20. And then
one
of the girls that was coming, Drew, I just saw her just a while ago. She goes, "Oh, I missed camp." She was mad, and she goes, "Yeah, my parents, we had to go to Orlando for my brother's soccer deal." I'm like, "Well, he's playing in the Nationals, okay? That trumps basketball camp, does it not, guys?
100%.
It trumps back." I'm like, "I'm sorry, your big brother's going somewhere. Hey, you little brother, little sister, you're along for the ride. What you want don't matter." Which is bad,
Right.
but it's facts.
Yeah, ride his coattail.
Yeah,
Maybe you might get one out there.
it's facts. You have to deal with what you have to deal with when it comes to that. So, anything else you guys want? Oh, by the way, sorry I missed you guys. Sorry I missed you, Ben and Drew, Monday. But doing that thing for Shawnee
Oh, you're good. Good for the good for the
community.
good for the city, good for the town, good for everything.
Reboot. Let the finals finish out. Now we're just rolling. Friday we start the College World Series. Oh, and hey, by the way, how about the Texas Flunkies can't catch a fly ball?
What was
and,
that?
Don't make the College World Series.
What was that?
That
Drew,
was
what was
nuts.
that?
God, lost
Wow.
in lights.
Lost. Isn't that unbelievable?
I mean, what a crushing blow.
Dude, that's
that guy
something.
had to transfer schools there.
But you know what? That's something he's never going to
Yeah,
forget.
see ya.
He'll never get over that.
And then ORU making the College World Series. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
They got a squad.
Dude, they had a
Now
squad.
watch out. You better not sleep on ORU up in Omaha because they will beat you.
Hey, they played. They hit their stride right at the right time. And you know what we've always remember is like OU last year. They hit their stride.
And ORU plays small ball in a big ballpark up there. They're going to be tough to beat. If they can get some pitching, which they have pitching, if they can get their guys to throw the ball, they'll be in every game they play.
I don't understand why people have gone away from the whole small ball deal. I'm like, dude, that runs are runs, no matter if you're hitting a home run or you getting them. I mean, I don't get that. Plus, your pitcher gets to sit longer, because it gets more rest in the dugout by not having to jump up there and pitch after 5 minutes.
That first matchup, they drew TCU in that first game, and there's the two small ball kings right there. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, I wonder if they did that on purpose.
Well, they used to rework the seedings once you got to Omaha, but now they don't. Now it's all in a bracket style, like they do the college basketball tournament. So they drew what they drew through the tournament.
Well, they needed to do that. So, it cost OSU a few years ago.
Yeah, man. You got anything for the U.S. Open? That's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, starts tomorrow.
I just sprinkled on Victor Hovland to win, and then I sprinkled on him and Morikawa both to place in the top 10. I'm going to tell you this,
and Brooks, man, the U.S. Open and the PGA are his two deals, man. He plays well.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I'm going to live bet after day one.
Those two.
Watch out for DJ in that.
Yeah, because with the whole live deal, I mean, how about Jay Monahan being hospitalized for symptoms? Stress, dude. Yeah, I saw that deal where they had spent $50 million in lawyers' fees. They only had $100 million in their coffers. They spent half of it. And they said that, the Saudis had $6 billion.
Yeah, to get in there, okay, we need that money.
We're not gonna win a legal battle with these guys. Their pockets were way too deep. Just like, it's just dumb. It's dumb. Pockets are too deep. All right, fellas. Hey, Mignana, I'm going to be at the barbershop tomorrow. We're going to do the Chiefs. We're going to do the 49ers because we'll be at the barbershop. So we're going to do the 49ers tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Hell, they'll have them going 14-2 probably, or 14-3.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be at the barbershop tomorrow doing that.
He'll be breaking out his plaque and his Joe Montana jersey and oh, goodness.
Yeah, fortunately with the plaque will be behind us, so it's on that wall right, that little arch, and I'm right under the arch, so we won't see that unless he moves it right there behind where we can see in the camera. So that's my boy. All right, fellas, appreciate y'all.
Of course.
Yeah, y'all missed it.
HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
That's my guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com and my guy Ben Dillman, both doing their thing.
Yep.
And of course,
and then congrats to the Knights one more time on winning out. And then Jonathan Marchessault getting picked from the expansion draft 6 years ago from them, and then coming out getting the MVP.
Hey,
so.
When is the draft?
The entry draft will be, I believe it's in 2 weeks.
Is it like the NBA is next week, so hockey is probably the week after that?
Yeah, I believe it's the week
29th or 30th or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's
I'll
gonna
get
get
back with you too. I'll text you the dates on that. I
okay.
honestly don't know that
Well,
off the top of my head.
tomorrow we'll talk. That'll be our hockey news tomorrow is when the draft is, and
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
do all
yeah,
that.
I'll give you top 3 guys going and where
Yeah,
they're
we'll
probably
do.
going to go
Yeah,
and what's going on.
we'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll
and then
get that done.
Jonathan Marshall, congrats to them though. So yep,
Yep,
good for
yep,
them, good for the Knights. So it was good hockey season,
yep.
and
Good
we'll talk
season.
about more
Hey, it
tomorrow.
was good for you, man. You gave us some good notes, man. So it was a good deal, and we loved your analogies because you told us things that we did not know, and I ran across some people like, hey, man, you're doing hockey on your show, and I'm like, yeah, have you subscribed? Oh no, I don't subscribe. Well, man, wow. Okay, well,
Yeah, it's
thanks.
like
Glad you
yeah,
listened
yeah,
to it on Facebook. So. I mean, I appreciate
exactly.
that. Appreciate your view
Yeah,
on Facebook, even though
for sure, bro.
you're not going over to hockey. But I appreciate you, bro.
Oh
And
yeah, of course, man. Anytime. Cheers. Have a good one.
have a good one. Talk to you, manana. It's my guy
Yep.
Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry, doing his thing. What's hockey? And once again, congratulations to the Denver Nuggets and the Golden Knights for NBA and hockey world champions. And we want to thank Ned for allowing us to come here to do our thing here today at Ned's Starlite Lounge, located at 7201 North May in Oklahoma City. They're closed on Mondays, open Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 11 to 12. Thursdays and Fridays, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. And then, of course, Saturdays, 10:30 to 2 a.m. Sundays, 10:30 to 3. And, of course, this is Wings Wednesday. Loving my wings, loving my Wednesday. $1.50 wings. Come on in, enjoy them. And, of course, tomorrow is fried chicken, liver, and gizzards every Thursday. It's delicious. Get some of that fried chicken, some of the liver and gizzards. I don't want either one of those, but a lot of people do. And then, of course, their gravy is absolutely fantastic. So that being said, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, and